If you watched me drive 5 years ago, you would have sworn I was super fast. I was sweating loads, I was hacking away at the wheel, fighting the force feedback, braking deeper than anyone on the planet. Never mind 100%, I thought I was extracting 110% from the car every single lap. But when I crossed the line, I was still seconds off the pace. For almost a decade, and this is just this year that I've slowly clicked this, the hardest I've ever clicked it before, but I thought the problem was just I wasn't pushing hard enough. I thought aliens were fighting the car harder than I was, so I should be doing that, but I was lying to myself. I wasted 10 years believing a myth that, unfortunately, I have put on myself that is probably holding you back right now. But don't worry, I finally found a solution that helps me in any way, and I have a specific analogy about spending grip monies that completely help this kind of stick for me, and I'm going to share that with you today. So before we start, I'm not an alien. I don't claim to be one, or I'm not an esports pro, nor do I really want to be. I'm just a dude on a journey who loves racing and growing into speed and just getting into tougher competition that I thought I never could be really with before. That is really fun and I love it. But also documenting the struggle so you don't have to suffer for as long as I did. But if you enjoy that kind of vibe, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, as it really helps the channel, and I'd love to see you around for the next one. So the myth, let's talk about the myth. There's this massive misconception that I think a lot of racers can fall into. This idea that if you want more speed, it comes from more aggression, it comes from force and pressure. When we watch Formula 1, for example, we see drivers correcting stuff and, things are flying around and we think, right, I need to do that. So the red mist descends. We try to brake at the 100 board because the guy in front of us did 110. We try carry so much speed that the tires are literally screaming for mercy. And it feels fast. That's the trap, because your poor little brain is overloaded with corrections. You assume the lap time must be good, but the lap, it actually doesn't give a fuck about your effort. In fact, the lap time actually hates it. The realization, though, is that I spent years driving like I wanted to murder apexes. In reality, I should have been giving them a gentle peck in the cheek, maybe whispering, I'll be back next lap, But no, I battered them, and all I got was overheated tires and absolutely abysmal and inconsistent lap time. So the turning point came when I looked at the telemetry of a driver, Lasseback, in GT3 at Daytona one week, and he was 2 seconds faster than me, and I expected to see a chaotic mess of aggression. I expected to see aha, that's it. But it was boring. It was smooth. Some of it even looked the same. I couldn't tell which was which. And if any of you guys know Lasseback, he's a fast 10k GT3 driver. He had a broken car once with 3 wheels and was still faster than me. And the sad part is I'm not even joking. But that's when it clicked. I wasn't driving fast. I was overdriving. And a lot of people know this, but it's really getting it in. So really open yourselves up to this idea. Unless you're a pro, you might already know it. Well, then in that sense, please teach me. But the analogy, or the way I like to think of it, is in grip spend. This really helps me to visualize it and to see it while I'm in a corner, what I'm feeling under the car. 95% of us, I assume, have heard slow is smooth, smooth is fast. But hearing it and feeling it are different things. To actually make this click, I want you to visualize this analogy. It's called grip spend. It's what I call it. It's probably very stupid. It works for me. Picture that your front tires have a wallet, and in that wallet they have exactly 100 units of grip to spend at any one moment. That is your limit. You cannot spend 110. If you were to spend 110 and overdrive, that's you trying to spend, that's oversteer, that's understeer, that's all messy stuff. So for example, the way I used to drive is going into a corner, spending 90 units on braking late to be a hero, but by the time you need to turn, that leaves you 10 units to spend on turning the car. What happens when you try and turn a heavy car with only 10% of its grip budget, let's call it? Nothing. You turn the wheel, the car pushes wide like a boat, so you turn the wheel more, which just puts you further into debt. I'm actually turning my hands like over understeer. You're sliding, scrubbing speed, and you're ruining your exit. So the fix. This is why proper driving feels slow at first. Take the hairpin at Suzuka. If you brake late, you feel fast on entry, but you run out of grip budget instantly. You miss the apex, you have to wait forever to get back on the power. You are all slow, all the way down the next straight. Now, try the mental shift. Brake earlier. By braking earlier, you spend less units of grip on stopping, and suddenly when you get off those brakes, just when you're done trail braking and you try and turn the car turns instantly. It's just way better. Because you have that extra budget, the nose tucks in aggressively, you get the car pointed straight sooner, and while the late braker is still sliding, you're already at 100% throttle. You aren't driving slower, you're just spending your budget on the part of the corner that actually pays you back. The exit. So what does an action plan look like? How do we force ourselves to do this? Here are 2 quick triggers to use in your next race. 1, check your hands. If you're white knuckling it, you're too slow. If you're a death grip on the wheel, that locks your shoulders, kills your feeling. Relax your hands on the straights. Shake them out. You're driving a precision instrument. You're not wrestling a cocaine-fueled bear. Secondly, the entry sacrifice. For 1 week, intentionally brake a car length earlier than you think you need to. It's gonna feel all sorts wrong. It's gonna feel like you're parking the bus, but watch your delta bar on the exit. Do not watch it mid-corner. That feeling of the car launching out of the corner, and it's consistent, and you're actually reducing tire temp, meaning that your kind of grip is going to be a little bit better everywhere and better towards the end of the race. That is free speed. You're doing it the right way, and it's quite addictive to drive like that. So it took me 10 years to realize that being fast isn't all about how hard you fight the car and how bloodied you're left after it. It's about how little you have to fight it. Don't waste a little bit too much time, like I did, grinding your tires to dust. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, again, don't be afraid to subscribe and let me know down below if you have any versions of this, different ways of thinking of this concept that you'd like to share for other people to see, because I know personally I would love to see them. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.